Hi, I'm Emily. I am a nurse on an inpatient psychiatric unit, and this is my third month of working. I have, I feel like so much has happened in the last 3 months since I started working, and I want to update because some things have changed since I last made a video a couple weeks ago. One of the big exciting things is that now I'm doing independent interviewing. I have 3 patients, and I go and interview in the morning and check in with them, see how they're doing, do my assessments, and then I go share that information with the doctors who have also seen the patient that morning too. But then together we formulate a plan for that patient and share information. And of course, the patient is at the center of everything, so there's opportunity during the interview for the patient to ask questions, to advocate for themselves about what's important to them in their treatment. And so I gather all that information and give it and discuss it with the doctors. So I'm doing that solo now, and it's really exciting. I'm so glad that my preceptor sees that I'm ready for this and is I'm flying solo, so to speak, in this department. And it was kind of bittersweet because I've just enjoyed working closely with her and shadowing her for so long and seeing how she does things. But I think at this point, going into the third month, I've really picked up a lot of how she and the other nurses do things. So now I've gathered all that and I'm making it kind of my own style now. And she sees that I'm ready and I feel like I'm ready. So here we go. And I also told her that she is not always needed, but always appreciated. And that just meaning that I don't need her right at my side when I'm doing my interviews right now. But I know that she's there if I have a question or if something just doesn't feel right, I can go to her and she'll come with me and we'll work it out together. So super grateful to be in a nurse residency program that values this up to 6 months of working very closely with a preceptor, working her schedule before maybe being set out on my own with a full team. Nurse residency programs, they're awesome. I'm going to do a video about just nurse residency programs, how they came about, a little bit about the history and what they are. So watch out for that one. So I'm doing things kind of on my own now. I'm flying free a little bit, and my charting is still, I'm not signing my notes without my preceptor looking at them, and still, for the most part, like I worked yesterday, there was just like 1 or 2 things on the notes that she just gave me some advice about and helped me tweak, and it was mostly about the vocabulary, so that I'm being clear with how I'm presenting the information, and so anybody reading my note would understand exactly what I saw the patient, or what I saw in my assessment, that the patient, how they were, what their mood was, what their affect was, and so that my language is clear so that the person reading my note would get it immediately. So just kind of fine-tuning those things. So yeah, feeling pretty good about where I am and how far I've come. And I feel like I should maybe make the video a little balanced and talk about that's my big win. So maybe this is kind of the challenging part. A buddy had asked if there was anything that I did not expect or I didn't like, and something that I didn't expect is that at the 3rd month mark, I'm seeing some patients return, and that kind of hurt my heart, and I'm starting to get used to it because some of these patients, they do come back, and they do come back quickly. And so at the beginning, I think I had this more like idealistic, view that they would come, they would get help, stabilized, and then when they would go to their next point of treatment, which is the outpatient treatment, that they would be good. They would just be good. And some patients they don't come back, or they don't come back for many, many years. But some patients that I've seen several patients that came back in 3 months, and that's a bummer, and that's disappointing. And I know that we do the best job we can, and they are certainly a people, when they're discharged off my unit, they are in a much more stable place than when they arrived, and everybody has a follow-up appointment scheduled in an outpatient mental health clinic or with a provider. So it's not up to our unit what happens after they leave, but it's just it's just a bummer, and it just makes me wish that there was more for these people out there. And I'm just learning about what is out there, such as they have the follow-up appointment. Some of these people go back to an assisted living facility, so they should have staff there. Some people go home, and they're always discharged back home to where it's safe for them. But if they live alone and they're by themselves and they decide not to take the medication, or something happens in their life, they can come back. And I'm starting to also just kind of accept that, and that maybe our unit is kind of like a safe haven for some of these people, where they know that they can come back and have care and treatment. So that was kind of something I didn't expect. I'm still just processing it. I've been asking the more experienced nurses, how do they deal with kind of the ups and downs, the disappointments of the job. And I've heard several things, and one I really liked was that you got to take the good along with the bad, and when the good things happen and it feels that I've really helped a patient, or they've just made progress and they're taking charge of their own care and they're doing so well, I gotta just stop, breathe it in, and celebrate those moments, because those moments are not all the time. There's challenging moments where people feel that they don't belong there, that they don't want to be involved in their treatment. As soon as they leave, they're going to go back to unhealthy coping, such as drugs and alcohol, and they might even say that that's their plan when they leave. And when dealing with people that are not really seeing a better life for themselves, that maybe I can see as an outsider, it's kind of hard and challenging. And also, if there's failures maybe in the system at all, I haven't studied the system that much. I'm still really new, but there's gaps, places that is keeping it kind of maybe a norm where these people are coming back so regularly. I'd love to study more about that. Maybe that'll be something I do. But just trying to stay positive and help where I can. It comforts me to know that every person that I work with, they have such a big heart and they really care about the patients. And I'm imagining that most people working in mental health care are like that and really do care about their patients. And that's been my experience working with over a dozen people. I get it, they really care. And, they get frustrated too, and we all get frustrated. And so my advice from the older, more experienced nurses was, celebrate the wins when they happen, so that when there are those down kind of bummer moments, there's enough in there to carry through. So, yeah. So that's what's happening. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a really great day. Bye.